Hello, everyone. I'm going to wait for everybody to get their notifications and come join us. We have some good stuff we're going to talk about here in a few minutes. I figured we did this last week. We might do it again this week. We won't do this every week, but I'd like to try to come on a little bit more often than what we were before. I'm just going to wait for everybody to join us. Hello, hello, hello. Drop what state you're from, what country you're from, while we wait for everybody to come on. That's right. Let's go. Okay, let's see. Here's our report. We're going to go over this report. And we're going to I'm pulling up all my reports here. Bear with me. We're going to go over this report too. That one, this one. I'm just waiting for everybody to come on. Let's see, where is it? We're going to go over some things we didn't go over on the news release. So if you're here also with Dinar information, hello, hello, hello. Hello, Colorado. Hello, 12 pack. Okay, let's see. Where's my data? So we're having some technical difficulties there. Did you see that? But it's okay. We made it through it. Let's see. Let's go back up because we are going to go over a little bit of information that we didn't go over on the actual news. There is still some other updates that we didn't cover, but we're going to cover them right here. And we're going to start with those first. Okay, everybody? Hello, 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 Myrtle Beach. Okay. We'll wait till we get a few more numbers in here. And if you guys don't mind just sharing us so that way people are aware that we are here. You're sunbathing. I love sunbathing. It's really nice outside and our pool is really, really nice and crystal clear. So I may even get in the pool when we're done here today. So today, I'm not going to keep you guys long, but we're going to cover a lot of stuff. We're going to start with the Dinar information and the things that I didn't cover on today's episode because we were already at 10 minutes and we were already, I didn't want to go over because, you know, Dinar information is kind of dry and bland and you can only take so much of it in one sitting. So I figured we'll do the rest here. Now, I will tell you that Baghdad and Erbil, they tried to reach a breakthrough in regards to the salaries. This came later in the week. And then also the KRG condemned drone attacks on oil fields, demanding action from Baghdad. During the same Council of Ministry, hold on, let me pull my notes over here so I can look at you guys and see everything. Hello, everybody. Let's see. Put everything together here. Where did I lose my spot? I lost my spot. Give me 1 second to pull it back up. We have so much to go over today. I have a lot to go over. And we're going to go over the stuff from Crypto Week because I shared a bunch of stuff on Patreon throughout the week. However, we're going to pick up from last week's conversation. Okay. Let's start from the KRG condemned drone attacks on oil fields, demanding action in Baghdad during the same Council of Ministries meeting. The KRG strongly condemned recent drone attacks on Kurdistan energy infrastructure, which has caused serious damage to oil fields. Not good, guys, because remember, most of their growth comes from the oil. The KRG called on Baghdad to fulfill its legal and constitutional responsibilities. We went over that in our live. However, let's pick back up and here we go. It's going to be right here. Okay, and those drone attacks on the Kurdistan oil was Kandim Barzani also condemned the continuation of terrorist attacks on Kurdistan oil fields and infrastructures. He called on the federal government to help identify and prosecute those responsible for these drone attacks. So they're saying that the situation threatens regional stability and critical revenues, which is what we were just talking about. Hello, everybody. Hello, Peter. Hello, John. Hello, Michelle. It's so nice to have you guys on here. Next that we didn't get to on our news release, emergency cabinet session was finalized with agreements. The Prime Minister, Mohammed Shia Sudani, convened its extraordinary cabinet sessions where deals were officially ratified. The federal government approved the release of salaries for May. Thank God. It had been a while. With June payments expected in the coming days, the cabinet also pauses to honor victims of tragic fires in Kut, declaring 3 days of national mourning. Now, listen, if they hold up these salaries, it's bad for their economy. So we need to make sure, that they are, satisfying the economy when they deny these salaries. And it'll be nice when they're not doing that, when they're not having salary issues and everybody's getting paid. Now, detailed revenue sharing framework was announced. Let's talk about what those deals finalized and what they included. It included oil delivery. The KRG must deliver 230,000 barrels a day to SOMO. Baghdad will pay $16 a barrel in cash or kind, and any production increase must also be exported. And this is for this week's news for anybody that was wondering. They were asking on the live because I put the 19th for the release. We were having technical difficulties in the studio getting that show to launch, but it finally did launch. I had to move the date back over. I knew it's the 18th, but I'm only human. Okay, domestic allocations. The KRG can retain 50,000 barrels a day for local use with derivative sale revenues minus costs sent to the federal treasury. Non-oil revenues, the KRG must send 120 billion dinars monthly to Baghdad as provisional shares to be audited and finalized later. In regards to audits and settlements, multiple joint federal KRG audit teams are tasked with verifying salary entitlements. Overspending and non-oil revenues are due within 2 to 3 weeks. May salary triggered, Baghdad will begin paying May salaries once oil transfers are verified by SOMO through the CHAM port. Okay, next on our list was al-Sudani's credit key figures urges constitutional implementations. The Prime Minister praised the Patriotic Union of the Kurdistan president and other ministries for facilitating the deal. He emphasizes the importance of constitutional cooperation and affirms that these agreements follow budget law amendments for 2023 through 2025. Dollar stabilization and de-dollarization success. Separately, financial advisor Mauser Mohammed Shalay credited the Central Bank of Iraq's policy for reducing resilience on the U.S. dollar inside of Iraq. They did a dollar ban on domestic transactions, direct trade finance access for small importers at an official 1320 IQD to USD rate, replacement of black market demand for digital cards use and former foreign transfers. Shalay noted if not for regional tensions, the official and parallel market rates would have fully converged. So this is kind of exciting, guys. E-payments and retail growth support currency stabilization. Shalay also highlighted Iraq's price defense policy via hypermarkets and expanded electronic payment use. Iraqis are increasingly using official funded e-cards for travel and shopping, further reducing pressure on parallel dollar markets and enhancing trust in the dinar. So in short, Baghdad and Erbil have struck a critical breakthrough deal on oil, revenues, and salaries, while the dinar remains stable thanks to stricter enforcement and expand access to official channels. This coming week will test whether this fragile facial unity holds up. What do we got going on over here? Let's see what else we got going on. Okay, so that's it for the dinar. And if you guys didn't see that report, you guys can head on over there, and the beginning of the week's report is all there. That was the end of the week and where they are as of right now. So I wanted to come on and talk to you guys though, because we did a lot of talking. If you guys don't want to hear about it, you guys can just click off. Make sure you guys hit the like button. It really helps out the channel, and share it with your friends and family, because we got shadow banned there for a while, but however, they took us off a band and now our numbers are back up, rocking and rolling. So I wanted to talk about what happened this week. It was a major week with crypto clarity. The U.S. passed landmark laws on stablecoin, CBDC, and crypto regulations. So the Genius Act passed. Stablecoins get federal green light. It's official. The U.S. has passed the Genius Act, creating a clear and secure framework for payment stablecoins with bipartisan support in both the House and Senate, and a signature from President Trump is expected any day now. This act lays out strict rules for stablecoin issuers. One-to-one reserves must back every digital dollar. Audit requirements and disclosures are mandatory, and licensed banks or our approved state trust entities can issue stablecoins. These laws right now is set up to roll out by late 2026. And I've always said this on all of my stations, because what's in 2026? Does anybody know? I'm going to give everybody a second to figure out what they think. I've mentioned it before, and if you follow me on Patreon, you might have the answer to this. Anybody? I'll give you a hint. Semi. Anybody? Okay, it's the semi-quincentennial event, America's 250. It aligns in July 2026. And if you know what that is, it's winning of the war of America. Okay, so I think that this is all going to parallel right into each other, because that's what it looks like, in my opinion. So only licensed banks are approved for state trust entities. This is a good thing. But now listen, clarity for crypto defining what's a security and commodity. That's the second thing we're going to talk about. Also, advancing in long-term awaited clarity for payment stablecoins and digital asset acts, a simplified and clarity act. Okay, this passed in the House and now it's moving over to the Senate. This bill finally aims to define who regulates which crypto asset. So the CFTC will oversee digital commodities, and the SEC will regulate token classifies as securities. This is huge news for companies like Ripple, Stellar, Alchemy Pay, who's long battled uncertainties about whether their tokens fall under the SEC enforcement. And the good news is that CBDCs were blocked. No Fed-controlled digital dollar. We want decentralized blockchain, not centralized blockchain. I was watching like a hawk the whole week, and I did a bunch of videos on this, and they are all over on Patreon in the podcast series. And I explained everything, and I went into great details with our roundtable. But it was a win for privacy advocates. The House passed the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act, officially banning the Federal Reserve from launching a retail digital dollar. This was great news. The bill stated that the Fed cannot issue a central bank digital currency directly to consumers, citing fear of government tracking and financial control. We didn't want that. We want to be able to use our money just like we've always been able to use our money, with no control. The U.S. joins a growing list of countries rejecting government-backed digital currencies, doubling down instead on private innovation in crypto and blockchain. Now, what impacts does this have on XRP, XLM, ACH, which is Alchemy Pay, and Ripple stablecoins, just for an example of a few? Okay, so XRP and Ripple Labs now have a regulatory path forward to expand in payments and cross-border remittances. XRP Stellar benefits from increased confidence as a compliant Unity token. HCL, Alchemy Pay, if you never heard of it, it poses to integrate deeper with payment systems aligned to the new stablecoin rules. And I just picked a few. There's plenty in the ISO 20022 compliance coins that I do like, and I do have, but I just picked these as an example. And Ripple's upcoming stablecoin, rumored to be launched soon, and followed under the Genius Act, likely issued through regulatory entities. This new clarity, though, can speak institutional adoption, retail confidence, and market growth for compliant crypto projects. So this is like awesome. I mean, it's awesome news. This was like a great week for cryptos. Everybody should be thriving. If you guys got in back when I opened up Patreon and I started, putting all the shows, and if you do go over there and you do become a member, go back to watch Crypto Week. Okay, the ones that I posted for Crypto Week, but then go back to the beginning and learn about all the great things that you can learn about. Last year, I bought about 500 worth of XRP, 214. I'm going to stop until I can learn more about cashing out when it peaks. Okay, so I always tell people location A is your bank when you move your money from your bank into your exchange, location B, and from B, that's the exchange, to location C, your wallet. Now listen, there's a lot of videos going around right now about wallets. I would do your homework on your wallets before you make any decision based on wallets, because I've been using a wallet a really, really long time, and I have no problem moving my money from my wallet to the exchange and back into my bank. So I just want to put that out there. Okay, guys, and I put some cool wallets over on Patreon. Those are the ones that I feel the most trusted with and the most comfortable with. I don't get paid anything to tell you guys that. I just know from personal experience. Okay, let's keep going. So what's next, right? So with these major crypto laws in motion, expect for more banks and companies to launch stablecoins by 2026. Okay. Hold on one second. Yes, whenever you come here, please get your pen and paper out, because I'm dropping big bombs when I'm coming on here. Okay, so let's get back to what's next. With these major crypto laws in motion, expect more banks. And I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's just from one friend to another. You guys are like friends and family here. We are all a community, a very trusted community. We're a godlike community. And that's why I'm sharing this information with you guys. Expect more banks and companies to launch stablecoins by 2026. The Senate will vote soon on the Clarity and CBDC bill, and President Trump is expected to sign the Genius Act into law within days. For crypto investors and innovators, the U.S. is finally catching up, setting the stage for more secure, private, and regulated blockchain economy. Now, I will tell you, I'm going to get better at this live. I'm going to try to learn how to be able to share my screen, because there are certain things that I would love to share with you guys. However, Jason Q and Dina is setting me up and teaching me how to do that, because I'm quite really bad at it. I just started doing it with you guys, and I want to do more of these. So we will get it together to where I can finally do those things, because I really want to be able to share my screen like they do. Okay, these landmark decisions marks a new era for U.S. crypto policies, once focused on freedom, innovation, and clear rules on the road. So, yeah. My team, we help put all these things, reports together, and we have fun doing it. And this is all for fun for us. Never spend what you can't afford to lose. That's with any market, whether it's stock market, silver market, precious metals, real estate. I mean, never spend what you can't afford to lose. Okay. As we get closer, I want you guys to ask yourself these questions, and maybe you can drop your answers in the comment. If regulation brings clarity, will your favorite crypto survive or thrive? Drop your comment in the comment section. Just the second question I have for you guys: are we entering a new bull run, or just a calm before the next storm moment? My next question to you is, with CBDCs off the table, are private coins like XRP and XLM now the real backbone of digital finance? Will U.S. leaderships in blockchain come from Washington, or from the innovators building quietly behind the scenes? That was my next question. 5, will the Genius Act now law, will banks become the next big player in stable coins? Yeah, And my sixth question is your portfolio ready for regulations, or will the new rules expose the hype from the utilities? And my last question, which is my seventh question for the day, is are you invested for the next pump or preparing for the next paradigm? These rules have changed, the markets are responding, and the question is, are you now positioned for what's next? So that was my show for today. I don't want to keep you guys long like we did yesterday. I made it in 20 minutes. However, we're going to sit here and chat for a second. So what do you guys think about the crypto bill? What are you guys thinking? Are you guys for cryptos? If you are, press 777. If you're not, push 444. Okay, I want to hear if you guys are for the cryptos or you're not for the cryptos. And don't forget, I wanted to know about your guys' questions. So if you guys got any questions for me, always drop those in the comment section. If I don't know the answer now, I will come back on our next show and I will present the answer of what the best answer I came up with. Okay, I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. It's been fun coming on with you guys. And Peter, thanks. So you think it's 777? Me too. I think it's 777. I think innovation is here, and I think the train has officially left the station as of yesterday. I think that the engines were revved up for a while, but I honestly think the train has left the station, just like what Rosie Rio says. You know, I had talked about this before. She came in for the financial crisis back in 2008 for the financial crash that happened then. She was brought in to help fix things. She was our 43rd treasurer of the United States, and she left the Treasury to go to the board of Ripple. That should be a big sign. Well, I won't keep you guys long this weekend. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you guys next week. If we have something big, I'll come on and do a live after, but just know we won't do lives every week, but if I do got something big, I am going to come on and present it. Congratulations to everybody on their crypto blockchain portfolios, and we'll see you guys next week. If you guys want to see me daily, you can go on to Patreon, where I upload tons of posts every single day. Otherwise, if you guys are just here for the free shows, I'll see you guys on Friday. Take care, everybody. Bye. Thanks for all the love, everyone, and thanks for joining me.